Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of QuickBYTES. Now, today I am very excited to show you the contents of these two boxes that arrived here yesterday. So let's just go ahead and open these two up. So I'm going to be very carefully here opening the box because the guy seemed to have used duct tape to seal up the boxes, which I appreciate it because it shows he takes very good care of the boxes he's sent. So let's just open up the box then, like this, and see what treasures are inside. Ooh, it looks like we have a King Quest game here. But I also see these ones, so I'm gonna open it up them first. So yeah, these are the first King Quest games, and this is the first one, King Quest 4. No, Quest for the Crown. I was thinking about Quest for Glory. King Quest 2, Romancing of Throne. So Heir is Human. This is King Quest 3, and we have King Quest 4, the Perils of Rosella. Which is, I think it's the first game that uses a sound card like Roland MT32. Here we have King Quest 5, and also here have King Quest 5, the CD-ROM version. So this one added 256 colors, and this one added voiceovers. The voiceovers were made by the staff of Sierra. So it's pretty cool to have both of them here. Well, this is the black sheep of the King Quest family, and yeah, we also have King Quest 7, but maybe we also have, this one looks like King Quest 6. Yeah, this is King Quest 6. We also have that one in here, and this one I remember because it had a cool looking 3D movie intro in the beginning of the game. And this time also I think they made or hired professional voiceovers to do this one. So yeah, we have more. I'm gonna put it down here. Yeah, we have this one, King Quest 7, and this one they really upped the graphics with it. And as you can see, it looks like just a Disney animated film. But then they really screwed up with this one, King Quest Mask of Eternity. This one was made with 3D graphics. This is the only King Quest game that doesn't have any title in it. So this one should have been King Quest 8. Do we have any more King Quest here? Yeah, we have this one. So this is the King Quest collection with a sneak peek of Mask of Eternity. They have all the King Quest games here from 1 to 7, and the sneak peek of Mask of Eternity. But they also have the Lore of Bow series and Mixed Up Mother Goose deluxe version. Alright, so let's continue digging in. We have Phantasmagoria, which was made by Roberta Williams. This one came out on 7 CDs and focused more on gore and horror and sexuality. So it has a 18 mark on it. Suitable only for persons of 18 years or over. And yeah, I saw it here. This is the sequel to that game. And warning, intense content. And this one was, well, it contains a lot more nudity, violence and stuff. It was even banned in many countries. And what do we have here? Yeah, Gold Rush. Wow. Wow, this game. Wow, I remember playing this game. This is actually a very good game. You have 3 different routes to play this game, and it changes the story differently. You can play it like 3 times and it's never the same. Just to open it up, because I remember some cool things that came with this game. I don't know. This is the time I would have needed 3 hands, but I don't. So Let's see, California Gold, the story of the rush to riches. What is this, actually a novel or something? Yeah, so this is a mini history of the times of the gold rush era. And you also have the manual here. Pretty cool. It has like a leathery feel to it, and a map. Take a look at this map. Has a cool feel to the paper as well. Let's see. Yeah. This is actually why I love this Sierra game boxes so much. So much stuff that went into this. I mean, these are the kind of stuff that you only get in collector's edition boxes now. Yeah, very cool. Alright, so I really feel like a kid in a candy store here. We have Beast Within. This is the Gabriel Knight mystery. And this also came on 6 CDs, like Phantasmagoria. And this was the time they had full motion video, like you see here. And that's why I had it on 6 CDs. But this game is actually good from a full motion video game. And let's see, looks like we have Gabriel Knight 3. And this time they changed the graphics to 3D. So now you have 3D environments and characters. Not as good in my opinion, but I mean, it's still good to have. And also, if you look at it, I'm gonna fetch the first one here that I have also. It was not in the box though. See, I mean, you really have the evolution of PC games here, like from these pixelated hand-drawn graphics to full motion video when that came out. And then you have Gabriel Knight 3 with the 3D graphics. So yeah, these 3 games really show the evolution of PC games. It's pretty cool to have them all 3 here. I really need to have longer hands because I can't reach it now. Wow, okay, so we have Space Quest 1. The Sarien Encounter. I remember playing this game in black and white because I had a Hercules graphic card and a monochrome screen, or monochrome monitor. And wow, it wasn't until much later I played it in full color. But this is actually awesome to have the first one here. And yeah, I mean, I can already see it. We have the whole Sierra Space Quest collection here. We have number 2, the Vohaul's Revenge. So, and we have number 3. And this one had awesome music in it. It was, I think it was composed by the drummer of Supertramp, if you remember that band, old rock and roll band. So as here, I mean, the first 2 had the same cover and or similar cover. And this, I actually like this. Also, this cover. I mean, it kind of looks like Star Wars, Star Trek. Has that kind of vibe to it. Anyway, here we also have Space Quest 4. Roger Wilco and the Time Rippers. They had hand-painted futuristic color graphics. So this time they scanned in graphics that they already painted. You probably, if you played it, you remember this opening scene here. And yeah, I love this game also. It was, for me it was a little harder to play, I don't know. Maybe it was the new click and point system or something. I was more used to typing in the commands that I wanted to use. And we have Space Quest 5, the next Mutation. So this game was actually a parody of Star Trek. And I guess a lot of games, even in the King Quest games, they had Star Trek references. So I guess the Sierra staff really loved, or were Trekkies, Star Trek fans. Then we have Roger Wilco in Space Quest 6, the Spinal Frontier. This is sadly the last game in the series. So here we have Roger Wilco in Super VGA, blundering about in space. I don't think I actually finished this game, so now I have a chance. Okay, there's one more here, and so there's two more here. Oh, okay, this is the Space Quest 1 VGA version. So at the time, Sierra updated all their old games into this new engine that they were developing, which had VGA 256 colors, and also changed the graphical user interface, where you were used to typing all the commands. Now you just have the mouse. I don't know if you can see it here, but you have walk and smell, put your tongue on something. I don't know. It was kind of strange, and I never really got used to it because I was so in love with the old typing interface. So the last game here is Space Quest Collector's Edition. And this is celebrating the Sierra Online's 15th anniversary. So yeah, that's that. I think the box is now empty. Alright, so let's open up the other box here. Yeah, more Sierra games. So, nicely packaged. We have Police Quest 1. And I have actually played through this game, and there is a video on the corner. I'm gonna put a link here of the full walkthrough of the game. But yeah, this is Police Quest 1, The Pursuit of Death Angel. And Police Quest 1 was developed by Jim Walls, who was actually a police officer. Well, the problem probably with this game is the driving, because that was pretty horrible. One little mistake in driving through these narrow roads, you would have instant death. Also in here, Police Quest 2, and we also played through that game. I'm gonna put a link here. And The Vengeance. So this time around they changed the driving, so it was done automatically, and you just saw this screen here when you went from place A to B. So yeah, we have number 2. Should we maybe open it up to see what's inside? Because I feel like that right now. Okay, so we have Homicide Officer Guide. And yeah, this was the password protection. When you run the game in the beginning, it showed you just this picture, and you were supposed to name the guy in the picture. So you had to have this manual to actually run the game. So here you have a map of the city of Lytton. We have Police Quest 3 here also, and with VGA. They also had the boxes became a little bigger this time, because they had looked like this, and the new games with the VGA support were now coming in these kinds of boxes. This game also had this driving in it, but now it was done manually, but they streamlined it. It made it more easier to drive the car, so there was no more mistakes like the first one. And this is also the last game that Jim Walls was involved in. Also here is Darrell F. Gates' Police Quest Open Season, and this came out after Jim Walls quit, so now they hired a LAPD officer named Darrell F. Gates, and he was responsible for the Police Quest series from now on. And yeah, it's the most experienced cop, the most realistic simulation, and the most intense adventure game ever created. Who wouldn't want to play this one? So from that time on, they made the SWAT games, and they were really changing the games now. So SWAT had this tactical combat simulation, and with full motion video, like you see here. And SWAT 3 was really just a complete change in the gameplay. It wasn't really an adventure game anymore. So now this was just a full-on first-person shooter with team mates and tactical combat, as you can see here. Alright, so the next game here is codename Iceman, and it was also developed by Jim Walsh, and it's a cool game. It looks cool and it has a great settings and everything. It's like a spy James Bond thing, but if it weren't for this horrible submarine, and I kind of think that kind of killed it. So let's see what's in here, and oh yeah, this is the game that got me into Sierra adventure games. This is of course Leisure Suit Larry and the Land of Lounge Lizards. It's based on a text adventure game that Sierra made called Soft Porn Adventure. So I hope that's not a condom, no. I would assume that we also have then Larry 2. Leisure Suit Larry goes looking for love in several wrong places. I don't know if having these long names in the title was a joke or something, because these are probably the longest title names that any game have. So yeah, this is number 2, and they actually toned down the nudity and the like humor and stuff. So it was more like for kids, but I think I played through this one and number 1, so you can. I'm gonna put a link here also so you can look through that later. And well, let's just dig into this. So we have Larry 3 and also a ridiculously long title. So yeah, we got more. We have all the Larry games here. We have Larry 5, and as you can see, we don't have Larry. Went from Larry 3 straight to Larry 5, and that was also like a joke that Larry 4 never existed or is missing or something. So also in this game you get to play both Patty and Larry, so you can switch between both of them. Now what's here? Okay, so we also have the VGA version of Larry 1, and that is pretty cool. So we have it for Space Quest 1, and now we have it for Larry. Yeah, then we have Larry Shape Up or Slip Out. So this takes place in a spa resort and has super VGA graphics, and I think it was fully voiced as well. Also in here is Leisure Suit Larry Love for Sale. Now this is interesting. Now with a scratch and sniff. Well, I'm going to open up this one and see if it actually is here. As you can see, the graphics here are like cartoony, and just like with King Quest 7, they have this Disney kind of graphics. Although I doubt this would be in any Disney movie. Probably not, but yeah, let's take a look inside and see if we have this scratch and sniff stuff. Oh, we have it here. So this is you probably remember this when you were a kid. Scratch the surface and find all kinds of smells. Cyber Sniff 2000. I'm gonna check it out. Wow. This means like a pine cone or something. Yeah, cool. I'll be sniffing my way through adventure game now. So I think that was all of the Larry games. What more do we have here? A lot of junk. Okay, so wow. Okay, Hero's Quest. This is a Hero's Quest, so you want to be a hero, and it was actually renamed to Quest for Glory because there was like a trademark war between Sierra and the guy who owned the Hero's Quest name, because Hero's Quest is a tabletop game and a very famous one, so they had to change it. And then I assume we have the rest of the Quest for Glory games in here somewhere. So yeah, we have Quest for Glory 1. Okay, so we have this is the VGA version, and here you can see they changed the name to Quest for Glory 1. So yeah, these games, like the Quest for Glory series, They were like combining adventure gaming with role-playing elements. So you have had these stats like strength, intelligence, and stuff like that. So very cool. And here you can see them side by side. And yeah, I also have this thicker cover on the new game. Okay, so probably the second game. Yeah, we have the second game here. Quest for Glory 2 Trial by Fire. Now, this game had an Arabic feel to it. This game also contains a lot of pop culture references, like Cookie Monster, and even has a reference to, you guessed it, Star Trek. So, like I said, they really loved Star Trek in Sierra. Then we have Quest for Glory 3. And this one actually takes place in Africa. But due to a programming oversight, it was impossible to achieve the perfect score with this game. Now, last but not least, we have a Quest for Glory Shadows of Darkness. And this time the theme was a little bit darker, had this Lovecraft and Slavic folklore horror to it, and also in Super VGA graphics. So here we also have from the Conquest series, The Legend of Robin Hood, where you play, well, guessed it, you play Robin Hood. So there was one other from the Conquest series. I wonder if that one is here as well. So I think I see it here. Yeah, we have it here. The Conquest of Camelot, the search for the Grail. And in this game you play King Arthur and journey to places of ancient mysteries. So yeah, we have both of the Conquest series games, and I see here two of my favorite games, and those are Manhunter, and we have Manhunter New York, and the second one, Manhunter San Francisco. And there was a third game called Manhunter London, but it was never developed or released. So hopefully one day we will get that one. But in this series they changed the perspective of the gameplay. You have now first person perspective, and also you didn't have the type-in commands, and a pretty strange kind of interface when playing it. I will show you later when I do some gameplay stuff from these games. But yeah, I love these games. And the last two here are from Sierra, or Dynamics, which was a company that Sierra bought. And this is Heart of China and Willy Beamish. The Adventure of Willy Beamish. And it's a pretty cool game with like some cartoony feel to it, but it's been said that this game is best played with the voices in the game turned off, because it has some pretty horrible voice acting. So yeah, these were the two last games in the box, and this box is now empty. So that's it. I mean, I'm literally drowning in old Sierra games now, which I find quite enjoyable. So I will probably do a special episodes from maybe the Police Quest series or the Space Quest series here, and do a separate video, and then we can open up the boxes and take a look at the game inside and everything. So if you don't want to miss out on that, you can subscribe by clicking down there, or you can subscribe around here when my face comes up in the end of the video. So until next, thank you and goodbye.